What is the most expensive thing you own? Is it your car? Your house? Your degree? No. The most expensive thing you own is the perfect opportunity you didn't take. In 1926, George Clason wrote a chapter in The Richest Man in Babylon called Meet the Goddess of Goodluck. Most people skip it. They think it's about superstition or magic. But it's not. It is a brutal mathematical warning about the single greatest enemy of wealth. The Babylonians didn't call it waiting for the right moment. They called it the spirit of procrastination. And today, we're going to calculate exactly how much it's costing you. Our story begins in the Temple of Learning. A group of men are arguing about whether luck can be attracted or not. An old merchant stands up. He has a regret that has haunted him for 40 years. He tells the room about when he was a young man, just married. He was earning good money, but he wasn't rich. One day, his father came to him with an urgent deal. The deal was simple. The son of his father's friend had found a barren tract of land just outside the city walls. It was dry and useless because it sat high above the canal. But this friend had a plan. He would build 3 great water wheels, operated by oxen, to lift the water up to the soil. Once the water flowed, that dead land would become a gold mine of crops. The buy-in? Just 10% of his earnings. The father pleaded with him. He said, "Opportunity waits for no man. Today it is here, soon it is gone. Therefore delay not." The math worked. The plan was solid. The risk was managed, but the young man hesitated. Why? Because he wanted to buy new robes. Tradesmen had just arrived from the east with rich, beautiful garments. The young man and his wife wanted to look wealthy now. He told his father, "I am young. There's plenty of time." He didn't say no. He just said, "Not yet." He bought the robes. He wore them. They looked great. But while he was strutting in his new clothes, the enterprise went forward without him. The water wheels were built. The land was irrigated. And the project proved to be more profitable than anyone had prophesied. The investors made a fortune. The young man, he got nothing. Eventually, the robes wore out and were thrown away. The asset he didn't buy would have paid him for life. The old merchant told the room, "This is my tale, showing how I did permit good luck to escape." In that moment, a Syrian man in the crowd jumped up and shouted the truth that hurts us all. He said opportunity does not wait for a slow fellow. He called him a procrastinator. This wasn't bad luck. This was a choice. The young man traded a permanent asset for a temporary liability. He thought he was thinking it over. In reality, he was pushing the goddess of luck away. But that was just a failure of logic. He chose toys over tools. The next story is even worse. It's about a failure of gut instinct. It's about the time a man lost a fortune because he was too lazy to count sheep in the dark. If the first story was about greed, this second story is about something far more common: perfectionism. We meet a buyer of animals. He's tired. He's been searching for camels for 10 days with no luck. He returns to Babylon, but the massive bronze gates are already locked for the night. While he waits, an old farmer approaches him. The farmer is frantic. He has a massive flock of sheep, 900 of them, but he needs to sell tonight. His wife is sick with a fever, and he needs to get back to her. He offers the entire flock at a price so low, it's practically a gift. The buyer knows the price is a steal. He knows he can sell in the morning for a massive profit. But there's a problem. It's dark. He can't see the sheep clearly. He tries to count them by torchlight, but the animals are moving, bleating, kicking up dust. It's chaotic. The buyer gets annoyed. He tells the farmer, "I will count them at daylight and pay you then." The farmer pleads. He says, "Pay me but 2/3 tonight. I must return." But the buyer is stubborn. He wants perfect verification before he moves a muscle. He refuses. Morning comes. The gates open, and instantly, 4 other buyers rush out of the city. They see the flock. They see the desperate farmer. They don't waste time counting every single head. They buy the entire flock on the spot. They paid 3 times the price the buyer had been offered the night before. Because the buyer insisted on certainty, he lost the opportunity. He told the room later. Thus was rare good luck allowed to escape. In modern terms, this is analysis paralysis. You're waiting for the perfect entry point. You're waiting for the perfect business idea. You're waiting until you're ready. But while you are counting sheep in the dark, someone else is buying the flock. In the story, the man from Syria stands up and shouts the truth. He tells the buyer he isn't unlucky. He has a specific disease. He says, opportunity. She will not wait for such slow fellow. She thinks if a man desires to be lucky, he will step quick. We have a word for this. Opportunity cost. Every second you spend hesitating is a tax you pay to the spirit of procrastination. George Clason didn't write this book to tell you to gamble. He wrote it to tell you that luck equals preparation plus action. So, here's the challenge. Identify one decision you are delaying right now. Is it investing? Asking for a raise? Starting the channel? You aren't waiting for more info. You are feeding the enemy. Stop counting the sheep. Buy the flock. Because the gates open at dawn and the market waits for no one. Men of action are favored by the Goddess of Goodluck.